Here's the Wurkkos HD50. It's a 21700 powered headlamp. Came in just a few days ago. Been using it in the evening time around the fire pit, around the house, and even some at work toward the evening time, getting cleaned up. Has Type-C charging in the bottom there. Really decent port cover. I appreciate the thick rubber that offers. We have already turned it on. Let's show you all how this thing works. So you have the power button right there, and it comes on in memory mode. It comes on in the last mode that it was on, and then you can throttle through 3 different emitters, and then you can even pair up with spot and flood. So let's talk about these emitters. It's really cool. I like this emitter right here a lot, this deep red by Lattice Power. I'd never heard of it before. It's a Lattice Power XG, but it's 660 nanometers, and basically what you have is the equivalent to like an SST20 deep red. I really like it a lot. It is so much better than, like, say, what I'm going to be comparing to in the evening time. I hope you can see that on camera. Yeah, it kind of shows up. So with the Wurkkos HD50, you have this really nice deep red, and then with any other, red emitter, it's like orange almost. When you compare it, if I was just using just this Phoenix, it would look red, but when you bring out this deep red, it makes such a huge difference. And it's just, easy on the eyes. There's all sorts of people that'll say it doesn't save your night vision, and then there's people that say it does. Moving right along, we won't worry about that, but moving right along, we've got a main emitter. The spot is going to be an XHP50.3. And it's, looking with my eyes, looks to be 6000K. And then you have a flood emitter. That's the LH351D that Wurkkos and Sofern uses a lot, and it's 5000K with high cry, and it makes a difference. I mean, it's definitely showing nice color rendering, and I can tell the difference with it compared to the spot, which is just the 6000K. You can change your lumens level. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I can use either one of these buttons at any time to change the lumen level, the light level. You can turn off with the power switch, and then you can hold down and turn it back on again. Came back on because that's what we had it on, and that's moonlight because I held down on the power button. And again, throttling through with this button over here through all your emitters. It's been really easy to grab a hold of how to work this thing. It also allows you to turn it on with either button, and I like that because if you're fumbling around with your gloves on or whatever, and it's cold outside, you don't feel like taking your glove off, you can just reach up there and turn the light on with either button. You do have to turn it off with the power button, but you can turn it on with either button. And again, for fumbling around purposes, if you need more light, you can use either button to increase the light level. They thought this thing out. I mean, they really did. They did a good job with it. The head strap that comes with it is a really nice head strap because of just this right here. That, in my opinion, makes it a good head strap, because that third over the head strap makes it so comfortable. And especially with the 21700, I mean, it is a little bit heavier, a little bit chunkier, but I mean, it's not just so far-fetched that nobody's ever done it, because here's this H30 H30 by AceBeam, and I've had this thing for quite a while now, and I'm saying they're both equal in weight, and it hasn't, bothered me. I've used this thing for a very long time. In fact, I'm going to get it out tonight and compare it along with the HD50 just to show you all, in case you have an AceBeam H30, you'll have an idea of how this Wurkkos is working. I'm also going to compare this Wurkkos next to the Phoenix. It's the HP50.3, and it has multiple emitters as well. It has a spot and a flood and a red and a 21700 on the back, and I'll show you what it looks like just in case you have one and want to see what it looks like. So I'll do a comparison and let you know which one I'm shining up, and then we'll go to this HD50 and hit it up and let you all check it out at night and see what you think about it. I really like the moonlight feature. It is nice to have so many different settings, not just the multiple emitters. I mean, as you can see by those headlamps I just showed you, I really like multiple emitters, but I also appreciate the multiple settings, like with the HD50, for instance. When you turn it on and you go into red mode, that's it. That's all you get on that lumen level. You cannot adjust that and do anything different. And then you can switch over, to green, and that's it. You can't turn that up and down. What I really like with this, turn that off, with this HD50 is that you can go over to red and you can adjust it, and you can pretty much put it wherever you need it to be. So many settings, so many options and it helps you get exactly where you want to be. But anyway, all right, let's get it out in the dark. Now nighttime mode has been activated. There's the Wurkkos on medium red mode, and I'm going to bring up this ace beam over on the right, and I want to show you all, hope you can tell the difference, but that ace beam, not only is it just kind of orangish, it's also just really dim. Even though it has only that one setting, there it is, just that one setting. Not nearly as much light that this Wurkkos is putting out. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn the ace beam off and bring the Wurkkos up to turbo on red. There's the HD50 on turbo in that deep red, and man, that is so cool. That is just a ton of light, but you're still in red. And what's awesome is you can even turn it off and come on, and I'm just gonna have to take it off my head and just bring it up in front of me. There it is on the lowest setting of red, moonlight mode. And I mean, I literally have to like wave my hand in front of my face to see that it's on, because it's not shining up anything on the ground. Nothing on the ground on that. Now here's spotlight on moonlight. You can see that on the ground, but not on camera. Let's go ahead and start stepping it up so you can see something. This is that spotlight mode. That's the emitter that's right in the middle, and getting a lot of light with a great run time. And then there's turbo. Turbo starts getting pretty warm. Still has a good run time. What I really like though is that right there. That's a lot of light. And with the run time, if what they say and claim is true, that would get you completely through the night and on into the next day. I really like that. I'll list off the run times. I'm horrible at reciting them on demand, so I'll go ahead and list them off in the comments like I always do, if anybody's interested. But it's on their website. Let's go ahead and bring up this ace beam right next to that, because I think it'll be fair to go ahead and test this one out with it. So there's the ace beam. Oh man, it's already flickering. See, that's the other thing I don't like about this ace beam. So I charged this thing up today. It's got that button top battery that you have to use. I mean, you can find them. They're 20 bucks. I'm not saying that they're non-existent, but with the Wurkkos over here on the right, I can pull that battery out. I can throw another 21700 in it, a flat top that's easy to find, and we'll just keep on going. So, you know, that's just my opinion, whatever that's worth. I know you can get the button top 21700s. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. You can absolutely get them. They're just a little bit harder to come by. All right, here's the Phoenix. That's the spotlight on the Phoenix. And that should be turbo. No, yeah, it was turbo on the Phoenix. Okay, so there's turbo on the Phoenix, and then there's turbo on the Wurkkos on the right. So a little bit tighter hotspot on the Phoenix, and a little bit wider, bigger hotspot on the Wurkkos, but still, you know, definitely workable. Alright, yeah, that Wurkkos is getting hot now. Let's go ahead and switch it up to the flood. Alright, had to go ahead and take this headlamp off. Now we are on flood mode. That's the 5000K XHP50.3, and that is really cool for like close-up work, tight work, where you're, you know, just shining up at camp or whatever you're needing to do. There's turbo, but there's low, and then there's medium, and that's a good bit of light. Like I'm happy with that. Shining, lighting up everything I need to see, and then some, and a really awesome tint as well. Let's bring this Phoenix up. There's the Phoenix red. I didn't show you all that. We can go back to that, I guess, but for right now, let's go ahead and go to the Phoenix flood mode. And I think the Wurkkos is going to beat it out by quite a bit. I'm just joking. I know that this Phoenix doesn't offer a lot of flood, but I just wanted to give you an example in case you have the Phoenix. There's the Phoenix all by itself now. And this is kind of hard to show the flood side by side, and then there's the Wurkkos just on medium. You've already seen turbo, so that's equivalent. I'm looking off camera and those are both equal, and you can definitely step the Wurkkos back up if you need to. So that's not bad. There it is there. Wurkkos stepped up, and Phoenix is as bright as it can go on flood. The Phoenix headlamp isn't a bad headlamp, and the Ace beam isn't either. I'm not picking on them, but for the money to get this Wurkkos, have really friendly, more compatible batteries, and you're paying like a quarter of the price. The Wurkkos is definitely a winner in my book, but that's just my opinion. Alright, let's get this Phoenix back in red just for fun. And let's get the... Oh man, yeah, you're not even going to see that. That's the only red with the Phoenix. That's the only red lumen level they offer. And you can't even really do much with that. I mean, you'll be able to read with it in a, you know, tight situation. You're definitely not going to do much with it off in a distance by any means. And then here's the Wurkkos coming back up in red, offering a ton more light. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and let y'all ask any questions that you have in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching, and have an awesome night.